Welcome to Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, hey there.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you here for the tour?
I sure am. Are you
All right,
Jared?
I've been waiting for you. Guys, we have such a fun video planned for all of you guys today. We are taking you on a tour of Fort Lauderdale, and this is the thing that we get asked all the time.
So if any of you are new here, you probably clicked on this video because you are thinking about visiting Fort Lauderdale, whether that be for a cruise or for a family vacation, whether it's one day or maybe a week or more. We live here in Fort Lauderdale. We've lived here about 5 years and we know the ins and outs of the city. So for today's video, we thought it'd be super fun to go around Fort Lauderdale as if we were tourists.
That's right, baby.
Never visiting here.
We are tourists. We are going to the beach. We are so excited. We got sun out in the sky, blue skies. Look at the sand.
It is a beautiful day today.
It is gorgeous, yeah. Speaking of beaches, we actually created a video about the top 5 beaches here in Fort Lauderdale that I'll link down below for you guys to check out. Oh, I could stay here all day. But even though we live here, we decided we're gonna act like any other tourist, and well, we just got off the airplane.
Yeah, it was a long flight to get here. We're pretty exhausted.
Oh, man.
We're tired. We've never been to this city before.
I need to check into my hotel, but before then, I need to get a car.
Yeah, we got a lot to do, so let's get to it. Typically, when we go somewhere tropical, we love to take in all the sights, the views, especially when you're right on the ocean. And so today we have a fun surprise. We actually rented a convertible on Turo. Jared is over the moon excited, you guys.
Yeah, presenting Mustang Sally. Check her out, huh? So in my personal opinion, guys, this is the best way to explore the city, take in the views. I mean, what better way to explore Fort Lauderdale, the beaches, the palm trees, the beautiful skies, than in a convertible?
Yeah, so as we mentioned, we rented this on Turo. If you guys are not familiar with what Turo is actually the world's largest car sharing marketplace. So you can choose from an extraordinary selection of over 1,400 makes and models. They literally have any car you can think of.
And one of my favorite things is that you know exactly what the car is gonna look like. It's not gonna be like some type of category, you know, like, oh, an SUV of like between this or similar to that, you know, but it's like, you know exactly what you're getting.
And my favorite thing about using Turo is you don't have to wait in those long lines at the car rental company. You know what I mean?
You can just skip the car rental counter at hundreds of airports in the United States and just coordinate with your host through the app.
Or what's really awesome, like for us, if you're not, maybe you don't need it right away or you're gonna be picking it up somewhere else, you can choose the location you want it delivered to or be picked up near you.
Wait a second. Let's just check out the best part of this car. The interior.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
And also what's really nice with the convertible that goes up and down is because we get those crazy rainstorms that pop out of nowhere. But with this, you can just push a button and it closes.
Guys,
hey, this is a cool color.
Guys, look how cool the interior of this car is, right? All right, babe, I don't know if you're joining me or not, but I'm gonna start this tour.
Wait, I do want to join with my tour guide. Wait for me. Anyways, if you guys have never tried out Turo, we highly recommend it. It is honestly the easiest way to rent a car when you travel. We will put a link for it down in the description below, or you can scan the QR code. So we thought for this video, you guys, it would be super fun just to give you a tour of Fort Lauderdale.
That's right, baby.
So it's like you're here in the car with us. I hope you brought a drink, have your shades, sunblock, because it is hot out here.
That is right.
So some of the top things we were asked is one, where to stay when you come to Fort Lauderdale, favorite restaurants, and then obviously the best things to like sightsee and activities to do.
Yes.
So we are gonna just kind of drive through the city, show you those things along the way. There's definitely certain parts of the city that are more touristy and places you definitely can't miss. So you probably will be flying into Fort Lauderdale or Miami. If you fly into Fort Lauderdale Airport, you guys, it is super close to pretty much everything you want to see and do. A lot of you are probably coming here on a cruise. Fort Lauderdale is known for being a big cruise port. So many cruise ships go out of here. So right now, you guys, we are going over the famous 17th Street Bridge, which overlooks the cruise port. So it's Port Everglades is the name of the cruise port right here. And along 17th Street are so many different hotels that you can stay at. So we do recommend if you are coming here on a cruise and you want to stay closer to the cruise port itself, this is a great street to stay on. There's tons of different hotels. There's an Embassy Suites really close by. There's a Hilton. There's also the famous Pier 66 hotel that they actually just recently renovated, and it is gorgeous. So we actually stayed here the first time we stayed in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And it was an awesome hotel. Obviously, it's now renovated and the grounds are beautiful. There's a restaurant right up at the top too, which is awesome. So this street right here is 17th Street, and it leads all the way to the ocean. So basically you leave the airport and it's one of your first rights, and then you take it all the way down. You'll see all the different hotels along there. There's shopping centers, which is, in case you forgot to pack things, they have lots of different, they have like TJ Maxx and just all those kinds of shopping centers that you can grab things at if needed. 17th Street is an awesome street. Even if you're not going on a cruise and you want to see the cruise ships, you can head over that way, take in the sights. It's absolutely beautiful. The bridge is actually the largest drawbridge we've heard in Florida that lifts up to let a lot of those ships underneath, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, it's awesome. In fact, you can walk along it if you wanted to, just to see the massive cruise ships take off from port. It is the coolest thing in the world because they're like planets. They're so big. So
you guys, now 17th Street leads to A1A, which is the
A1A
Beachfront Avenue. You may have heard that before. So A1A goes all the way along the coast of Florida, right along the ocean. So many pretty views. Right now the ocean is just to the right of us. Over here we have a famous marina called Bahia Mar.
Yep.
There's tons of boats in there. Very beautiful. The Intercoastal is just right on the other side of us. Speaking of hotels, so if you want to stay closer to the ocean, this is the street we highly recommend you stay on. So there are a couple of hotels that are right on the beach. There's a Marriott Harbor beach that is right on the beach that you could stay at. But then most other hotels, now they're just directly across from the beach. A1A kind of splits it, but what the hotels will do is they'll have like beach chairs and umbrellas directly across from the hotels that you can use if you're staying at those locations, which is really nice. So this is one area that is definitely popular for tourists to come down and see. There's tons of restaurants along here. Obviously at night and on the weekends this gets very, very busy. There's music and lots of things going on down here. It's very touristy.
Oh, it is so much fun down here though. Like if you've never been to Fort Lauderdale, you have to come to A1A and just cruise along. So
right here, this is the intersection between Olas Blvd, which we will go tour here in a second, and A1A. But there's an awesome little park right here. They have a kids splash pad, which if you have little kids, that's kind of fun to take them to. And then this is the start of kind of more, there's the touristy part of Fort Lauderdale, you could say. Very geared towards tourists for sure. Now there are restaurants along here. We don't recommend a lot of them, honestly.
We don't recommend most of them. So yeah, here's the thing is that the food is okay, the views are incredible.
Yes.
And so if you want like okay food and incredible views, then definitely come here.
Now there are some we do like. So as we're passing them, we will point them out. So right now there's like a CVS here, a Taco Bell, which it is the only Taco Bell that has a bar in it, which is kind of funny enough. Now we are passing one of our favorite restaurants along here. It is the Casa Blanca Cafe. And it has very good food. So that one is worth it. I would add that to your list. Now they do not take reservations, so you kind of just want to go maybe a little bit earlier, put your name down to get that one. That is one of the ones we do recommend. Another one that's really close to it, it's called Lona Tinta, and it is a Mexican restaurant. Very good food, beautiful views of the ocean. And then we are passing a lot of the hotels. As you guys can see, like right now we're passing the W Hotel.
We have stayed there personally. We absolutely love it.
Yeah, they have a great rooftop pool. You're directly across from the ocean.
In fact, the two most like top-rated hotels in Fort Lauderdale is the W and the St. Regis.
Yes, and
so if you want to save a little bit of money, stay at the W.
Yeah, both very nice hotels, obviously. We also have another Hilton right here. There is a restaurant at the bottom of the Hilton called Sun Surf Sand. That is pretty good.
They have the best appetizers anywhere.
And
unbelievable.
One other restaurant we recommend on here is Takado. It is right next to it in the Conrad Hotel. Very good food there as well. If you're looking for a good brunch place along A1A, Jared.
Yes, that would be the Atlantic Hotel. They have a brunch that is just unbelievable. It is massive.
It's like a breakfast board brunch. So it comes on this big board.
It's for
Jared
2 people and it's $50, so it's kind of pricey for brunch. But it is absolutely delicious and it's massive.
So you can probably see in the background, you guys, all those hotels. So they face the ocean, so you have beautiful views, but then you just walk across the street You see all the beach umbrellas out here that are set up, which is really nice. So if you're coming to Fort Lauderdale and you want to be close to the ocean, highly recommend book something along A1A. The closer you get to Los Olas, it's kind of more condensed. The further north you go, it gets less and less condensed.
It goes from like touristy to like locals.
More local. So this is down more where we live, and it gets quieter. There are a couple hotels down this way, one of them being Grand Pelican Hotel. It's this beautiful yellow hotel. If you watch our videos, you've seen it in many of them, but it is right on the beach as well. Absolutely beautiful location. The grounds of the hotel, absolutely
unbelievable.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And it's more quiet, less away from all the you know, chaos of that part of Fort Lauderdale.
Now I will say this, if you guys rent your car on Turo like us, and you're looking for places to park, you're not really sure where to go, download the app called Pay by Phone. That's the app that we use here to pay for parking.
The whole city pretty much uses it everywhere to park.
Even all the way down to Miami.
Yeah, everyone uses that here. It'll be so helpful because then you're not gonna have to go to parking meters and everything, and you can just use that. It's super easy to use. You can kind of tell now we're kind of away. We're more into the local part along A1A here. We are directly across from Hugh Taylor Birch State Park. That is a state park you can go and visit, kind of walk around. There's not a ton in there to go and see and do. There's a giant banyan tree.
That is true. We did buy a state pass, you know, to like go in there, and I think we went in there twice. There really isn't a whole lot to see. There's like one kind of trail that is really darn cool, and there's an old banyan tree that's just massive. It's super old, and that is cool to see. And if you've never been here, you've never seen a tree like that before, then I would recommend it, but it does cost to go in and it is not free.
There's another famous park right next to it, and it is called the Bonnet House Museum. So it is this really old, it's a house, and actually the founder of Fort Lauderdale, I believe it was his house.
Yeah.
And they have preserved it, and the grounds on it are beautiful. It's kind of hard to describe.
In fact, we've done an entire video on that, like grounds before, so I will link that for you if you want to see that. But it's just so beautiful.
If you're into history and museums and stuff, put that on your list.
There's even a monkey.
Yeah, there is a monkey we have seen there that just roams around, which is kind of fun. Obviously, a lot of you are going to be wanting to hit up the beach. As we mentioned, we have a video on our favorite beaches here in Fort Lauderdale and recommendations, so we will link that down below. We won't go into all that in this video, it would just be too much, but obviously the beaches here are absolutely beautiful. So one other restaurant we recommend down by A1A is called Coconuts, right here over to the right. And it is an oyster bar. They're known for their crab claws as well. Very delicious. There's usually always a wait. Another one of our favorite places to come is called Marina Village, and it's a little food hall. So it's right on the marina. Basically a ton of different restaurants that you can just walk right up to the counter and order food. They have tables along here. They also have this floating boat bar called the Shorely. It's a great place you can stop, get drinks. So Marina Village is actually directly across from Fort Lauderdale Beach here, and that's one of our favorite places. They have like playgrounds, tons of picnic benches, different things like that. It's very
perfect for families.
Yeah, perfect spot for families, especially this too. You don't need reservations. It's just super simple.
Just grab and go.
The location though is beautiful. You're right on the marina. Go during like sunset. We recommend the lobster rolls there. So good.
If you guys want to go to Shorely, they do ID there, so you got to make sure that you're like, you know, above 21. It's not for families or anything.
Yeah, and also check their hours of operation, because I do know they vary depending on the time of year and different things like that as well. Also, in this location, there's a few activities that we recommend. However, we are going to pause on this video. We are going to make a part 2 to our tour of Fort Lauderdale,
so make sure you come on back, baby.
Yes, we are going to be showing you the waterways, Los Olas, and tons of fun things to see and do.
Downtown.
Yes, you are not going to want to miss it, so make sure you're subscribed. Hopefully you enjoyed this part of our tour. We absolutely love Fort Lauderdale. It's such a beautiful city. If you have any questions, make sure you drop them down below. And with that, we will see you all next time.
See you guys.
Bye.